Hello YouTube, Byron at Splitting Slices. Welcome back to the Knife and EDC channel. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, and that means it's time for a 2 for Tuesday video. Now this is an open tag series started by Tom over at Knife Delights where you just pick two knives and talk about them. So let's do that with these two knives. Now both of these knives are manufactured by a company called Mora Knife. Now that is a Sweden or a Swedish-based company, and is relatively new to the world of knives. It was formed in 2016 and makes a wide variety of knives. In fact, they're one of the largest knife manufacturers in the world, producing over 3 million units a year. That's somewhere around 7,000 knives an hour. So quite a manufacturing feat for this company. Now, some of you are going to say, wait a second, Byron, I've heard of Mora Knife, and I've heard they have a long and distinguished history. Well, they do. But Mora Knife was brought about by the formation or merger of 3 or 4 different knife manufacturers over the course of 130 plus years. Now, quickly, this all started back in 1891 by a lumberjack returning from North America back home to Mora, Sweden, by the name of Frost Erson. Now he decided he wanted to build his own products, and so he managed to, over a course of 20 years, form a knife factory that had 10 workers, produced 19,000 knives a year, and also produced other tools like wedges for lumberjack work. Now, over the course of time, other companies decided to open up their shop in the Mora knife area. 2 men by the name of KJ Eriksson created a knife company, and Bud Carl Andersson created a specialty tool company, and over the next 50 years ended up creating worldwide known tools and knives, including the world's best ice drill, and that was Bud Carl Andersson's company. Now, eventually, all of these companies started to merge and be acquired by KJ Eriksson and his family members. And finally, in 2016, they brought all of these companies under one roof and renamed the company Mora Knife. And that's who we know today. So let's get into the two knives. The first knife on the table is their general purpose basic knife that they call their Model 511. Now, this knife is manufactured both in a carbon steel and a stainless steel. And Mora Knife regularly uses both stainless and carbon products for their productions of their different knives and different models. This knife is 8 inches overall length with a 3.5-inch blade, a 4.5-inch handle of thermoplastic elastomer polymer, and therefore is molded or injection molded or formed. If we turn the knife over, you'll see there's no billboarding on this side on the blade, but the handle says Mora Knife. And on this original side, it says Mora Knife Carbon made in Sweden. Now this knife has a Scandi grind, so that means that it basically has 2 flat grinds on both sides of the knife that come to a 0 edge. And that makes for a very sharp blade and a good grind to do general purpose everyday tasks, as well as even doing some specialty work like bushcrafting and camping tasks and chores. This knife normally retails for somewhere between $16 and $18 depending on the steel type that you get, but right now I know Midway USA is running a sale at around $12 for this knife. So that is your Mora Knife 511, this one in carbon steel but can be obtained in stainless, general purpose knife. Comes in a thermoplastic sheath, black in color. I think they manufacture about 8 or 9 different colored handles of this knife, including this year's 2025 special color of a red and blue combination. This knife sheath also has what they call their smart button system, which allows you to connect different sheaths together and hang a sub-collection of knives that you might want to group together for a similar task, such as woodworking. Now, speaking of a woodworking knife, here is the Mora Knife Pro Chisel. Now this is a 6-inch overall length knife with about a 2 7/8 inch long carbon steel blade that is flat chisel ground on both one side, the right hand side. So there's a flat grind down to a 0 edge, and then the tip is also chisel ground down to a 0 edge. And again, no grinds on the other side of the knife. It also says Mora knife, made in Sweden, carbon steel, and the thermoplastic handle has Mora knife formed in both sides. So a good specialty purpose knife for woodworking, chisel work, for wood fabrication, and they make a wide variety of different tools for woodworking. So there you go, 2 Mora knives to take a to look at today on 2 for Tuesday. If you don't have a Mora knife, they are so well constructed, consistent quality throughout the product line, comes in carbon or stainless steel, and let's face it, the price is right, whether retail or on sale. Just a really good, consistent quality knife that hard to beat when you've got 3 million units going out each year. So that's it for today, folks. Go try a Mora knife for yourself. This is Byron from Splitting Slices saying split a slice with a friend soon. And until my next video, everybody, please take care.